What's up, guys? It's DoubleWinning, and I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering what you're supposed to be doing with your masteries. Well, I encourage you guys to try out whatever you'd like, but this is my general thoughts for Fizz's Masteries for Season 6. To start off, my first initial draft for this was to go 18 in offense and then either 12 in cunning or 12 in resolve. But then I kind of found this mastery right here, intelligence, which allows you to increase your CDR gap up to 45%. And that made me totally rethink what I was doing. So I'm going to be trying out this because, in my opinion, 45% cooldown reduction on Fizz I think is nuts. I think it's absolutely broken. So I'm going to be trying this out. If it turns out that the 45% cooldown reduction isn't as big as I thought, then I'll probably go back to 18 in ferocity, which will give me the extra 7% magic penetration, and then the Deathfire touch, which gives me a nice little magic damage dot. So just to run through a few of these. Increased ability and spell damage over attack speed, pretty straightforward. Additional 3% damage over, restoring 20 health every 20 seconds, potentially. Additional 10 attack damage and 15 ability power at level 18 over some lifesteal spell lamp. And then Bounty Hunter, Fizz kills a lot of champions, and 2.5% damage versus potential of 3, 4, 5% damage all the time versus 2.5% some of the time. I think that's pretty easy. 3% movement speed out of combat, which is the max rank, versus doing an additional 5 bonus damage to all minions and monsters on your basic attack and single target spells. I think it could go both ways. I think Savagery really helps for last hitting, but I could definitely see the argument for getting that extra 3% movement speed so you can roam a little bit easier. Because if you think about, you have 350 movement speed, and then 3% is going to give you an additional 10 or so. I can definitely see how that might be able to help with roaming. But if you can get even like 1 or 2 or 3 extra CS, with the Savagery every 100 or so creeps, I think that's pretty good. So Runic Affinity I don't think is worth it compared to getting a little bit extra time on your potions. Plus the potions turn into biscuits, which will restore your health and mana instantly, which opens up small little windows of outplay, as well as just kind of giving you extra sustain, since the new flask, I believe, is like not really worth it anymore. So it's kind of nice to have your potions be a little bit stronger. So 5% extra damage over regenerating mana, obviously. Bandit, I think Bandit has the potential to give you a ton of gold. Gaining an additional 10 gold when hitting an enemy champion with an attack or spell every 5 seconds would be amazing. Obviously, you won't get it off every 5 seconds, but if you can get it off every 10 seconds, that's 60 gold a minute. I think that's pretty good. Dangerous Game, of course, is really good. For those clutch outplays, where you are at 100 health, and you have an ignite ticking, and then you kill them, and then you barely live. But I think overall, Bandit has a potential to give you a ton of gold and kind of allow you to get that snowball a little bit easier. Intelligence is the one I was telling you about. Cooldown reduction cap goes to 45%, and then you gain 5% cooldown reduction right off the bat. I think that's really good, as opposed to the 5 or so armor and magic penetration that you get from this. I mean, that's good, but I don't think it's as good. And then Thunderlord's Decree is I think Storm Raider's Surge is okay, dealing 30% of their max health gains you a ton of movement speed. But I think just the additional damage from Thunderlord's Decree is pretty nice. And then obviously you don't have any heals or shields, so this is useless. So I'm going to try this out. If it's as good as I think it is, I'll keep it. I might make a few adjustments. Maybe Bandit isn't as good as I think it is, so I'll switch to Dangerous Game. Maybe I don't actually need help last hitting, so I'll switch to the Wanderer. Maybe I think I need blue buffs longer, things like that. So I'll be trying all this out, and I'll let you guys know. Or maybe I'll just switch to 18-12 or 18-0-12 or something like that. So I hope this helps with your guys' Fizz gameplay. I'm going to need to come up with masteries for all the champions I play, but I'm starting to kind of understand a little bit better the new masteries. At first, I was a little overwhelmed, as I'm sure a lot of you guys were as well. But we're in this together, guys. So feel free to leave a comment below if you have any thoughts about the new masteries. And as always, guys, stay classy and keep winning. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating below, and be sure to follow me at twitter.com/doublewinning. And I have started streaming again, so you can follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/doublewinning. Again, as always, guys, stay classy and keep winning.